8? 7, right? I'm pretty sure this guy has access to 7 incomes. He's so inspirational, but the biggest reason why he inspires me is when he started, he was actually started by someone who was very big in the industry, and the person who invited him went missing. So he was by himself, just like Zay mentioned, he learned the ropes by himself, ongoing. In fact, he didn't actually speak to a single soul for what I believe was 2 months. 2 whole months he just traded, learned his skill set by himself. Fast forward a few more months and now is rewarded with an extra 6 figures every single year. So let's make some noise. Let's celebrate the position of a Chairman 10, Mr. Des.
How's everyone doing? Good stuff. Guys, I just want to start by giving God all the praise and all the glory. Next, I want to thank my team, MA Finance Academy. Where you at? So you guys are animals. When you heard that I was close to Chairman 10, they just went all out. I've got so much love for you guys. Powerful. Traders Empire? Superb. I also want to thank these guys behind me, because these guys are the pioneers. Because you have to remember, for us, we have them to look up to. But when they started, they didn't have anyone. So they had to take that climb that staircase without even seeing the step. So can you give these guys a massive round of applause? My family, my wife and 2 children, actually on their way, coming back from church. We started a little bit earlier. Promotion was going to be later, so it should be arriving later. It's really hard, okay, doing this business when you've got family. If you don't have the support of your family or your partner, it's very, very difficult. Like, my kids are always on my case. They're always like, you know, Dad, where are you going? Dad, not another meeting, not another Zoom call. It's very, very tough. But last Christmas, I gave my daughter the perfect present for anyone who's in this business. I actually gave her my Zoom call ID. Zoom call ID. And you guys think it's funny, but you may call it a prospect call, but for us, that's family time. Now, I actually got started in this business February last year. No network marketing experience and very little trading experience. I did pay over £1,000 for a 3-day boot camp about 3 years prior. But for the first 3 months, I did absolutely nothing. Not a thing. And you see, there's a problem with IM Academy that I just want to be real about. And that's that the cost of entry is almost too low. That's the problem. So because of that, you can almost miss the opportunity. You can almost miss the fact that it's a multi-6-figure operation. You can miss it. And you see, the problem that I had was when I got started, in my mind, I was already a successful businessman. I had a thriving finance company, 1 Canada Square, the Canary Wharf Tower, a children's daycare, nursery training right across London, and a property empire. So in my mind, IM, or IML as it was known back then, was just a little thing. It was just my little thing on the side. If I could make an extra £500 a month from IM, then that was a win as far as I was concerned. I didn't really catch the vision. I only caught the vision at my first event. And that's why it's so important that you come to events. Now, my upline, God bless him, he tried so hard to get me to events. He tried every trick in the book. In fact, the first Troxy event that we had, I should have been there. I should have been at so many events. He was always trying to get me to events. But I caught the vision at his first event. So when he did his first event, you know, he got me with 2 things. The first thing that he said was that he reminded me that I had a prospect coming, and he was like, you've got to come so we can lock her down. All this kind of terminology. We've got to lock her down, we've got to lock her down. And he also said that if she signed up, then I would go Platinum 150. I didn't know what the hell that meant. But he seemed really excited. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to come and support. That person who signed up is currently a Platinum 5,000. Now, I went to this event, and as I went there, my mind was closed. I was probably the most arrogant person in the whole event. And the reason why was because, I think someone mentioned it earlier, I thought I heard it all before. I thought I was already doing well. And I sat at the event, and the first speaker that took to the mic was a gentleman by the name of Shabazz Ahmed. Anyone know that guy? So Shabazz is talking, and the whole time that he's talking, I'm on my laptop. I'm working on cases. I had no intention of listening to anything that he had to say. And he's talking, and as he's talking, he's dropping nuggets. And as much as I didn't want to like him, I'm starting to want him. And I'm like, this guy's got heart. And then he said something that completely changed the direction of my life. He said, and I'll never forget, he said, I'm a chairman 10 and I make 10,000 a month. I've made my mum a chairman 10 and now she's retired. I closed my laptop lid. This guy had my full attention. I wanted to rewind you. You know that Sky Plus? I wanted to rewind you so that you could say it again. Let's say that again. And for me, that was powerful. It wasn't so much that I wanted to earn 10,000 a month, although that's nice. It was because I could see the impact that this would have on other people. You see, anything that I do has to be in line with my core values. And my core values are that of social mobility. I'm a driver of social mobility. Anything that I do, whether it's the finance company, the nurseries, has to be in line with that. I'm a driver of social mobility, and I have many different titles now, but my background is actually in teaching, in education. I was a school teacher for over 12 years. And again, education is a massive driver of social mobility. In fact, some of my students are here today. And I had a long and illustrious career. I worked up to the position of assistant head teacher. However, the whole time I was in education, I was struggling financially. That was my only income stream. I was struggling financially. I was living what they call paycheck to paycheck. I'm not sure if anyone can relate because everyone looks really fancy. Okay, but living paycheck to paycheck looks like this. I would get paid, and when I got paid, I was still in my overdraft. And then, by the 5th of the month, I was going to get paid at the end of the month. So by the 5th of the month, all the money's gone. Like, can anyone relate to that feeling of like you get paid and then it's gone? Yes. And I'm just scratching my head. Like we're in teaching, like payday was like Christmas. And then it was short-lived. And I was living like this month after month. And the thing was, I was working really hard. And I thought the way out of my situation was to get a promotion. So I'd work really hard to get a promotion. And then that promotion would come, and I wouldn't feel any different. Somebody said it earlier about the cost of living. Guys, this is real. You know, for 5 years in education, the government froze our pay. So our pay's frozen, yet the cost of living is going up. So I've got 2 kids, so nursery fees are going up. Travel is going up, petrol's going up, milk is going up. We live in a broken society now where we have professionals who are living like this. Just the other day on a webinar, we had a lady from Sheffield. She said she was a professional, she had 3 degrees, yet she has to visit a food bank once a week. Welcome to Broken Britain. This is awful. And I tell this story a lot. I'm sure most of you that are in Traders Empire, Amway Finance Academy would have heard this story so many times, but there's so much that I leave out. And I speak a lot about the financial struggle when I was in education. But what I don't talk about is the pressure of the job. Now, when I was in education, I worked as an assistant head teacher. There was a lot of pressure on me. I was line managing a lot of different departments, from science, business studies, ICT, and I was the raising standards leader, so I was in charge of results for the school. The only other person to have more pressure than myself was the head of English and head of maths. You all know that English and maths are the 2 most important subjects in the UK. Now, the head of maths was someone that I had to manage. he was getting pressure from all angles, just like myself. Now, I'll never forget the day that was having a senior leadership team meeting. I was sitting in the head teacher's office. This head of maths walks into the office. He walks into the conference room part of the office. He holds his chest and he collapses and dies right in front of us with a heart attack. One comprehensive school, the head of maths. Now I remember sitting at his funeral, and nothing makes you reflect more on life than sitting at a funeral. And I remember saying to myself, I don't really want to be in this environment for the next 30, 40 years. Not this level of pressure. And then shortly after that, that one income stream that I was complaining about, through some freak accidents, like literally probably a 1 in a million possibility chance of this happening, this thing happened to me. And subsequently, I lost my job. Now I've got nothing. And then shortly after, about 2 weeks after, again through another freak, my wife lost her job as well. So now there's no income coming into the house. Scary times. These times I've just had my first child. We just signed a massive mortgage. It was scary. And the only thing worse about losing your job is losing your confidence. I lost my confidence. Before this, my name held weight in education. It still does. Like, I would turn up for interviews for fun, just play around, get offered a job, and then just, stay there. My confidence was high. To use an analogy, you know those football players that they're just scoring goals for fun? That was me prior to losing my job. After that, I was like missing open goals, the ball's coming in, I've got 50p head, it's just bouncing somewhere else. I lost my confidence. I couldn't get a job for love nor money. I'm going to interviews, I'm just getting bounced. And I remember sitting in the front room of my house, licking my wounds. My wife had disappeared, and then she came back, and she had money, she had cash. She had loads of cash. And I was confused. I genuinely thought that she had robbed the bank. Like, genuinely. And then what she explained to me was that she had to go to Romford Market to sell all of her jewelry. All of her family jewelry. So now I'm feeling like less of a man. Like all of the jewelry that's been handed down to her from generation, she had to sell it all. Just so that we could pay the next month's rent. It was at that point I broke. I remember going upstairs, just dropped to my knees, and I said, Lord, please help me. Help me. I'm struggling. Just give me a break. I was single. I needed to dust myself down. I needed to find the greatness within me. I needed to get another job first and foremost. And once I got that job, I made a promise to myself that I would never, ever rely on one source of income. I decided to go all in with I Am Academy when I realized that this company had a blueprint. And you see, the blueprint to being chairman is simple. It's just a list of activities and skills that you need to master. And once you understand that there's a blueprint and it's all there, I mean, what other company do you know where they want you to earn 6 figures and then they give you the blueprint on how to achieve it? Guys, when you're around applause, Christopher Terry. Then the only skill set that you need to have is to have a growth mindset. You see, there's 2 types of mindset, a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And that's a whole training for another day, but simply put, having a growth mindset is knowing that hard work and dedication will trump skill. But the journey is not smooth. This journey of being chairman is not a smooth one. one of my favorite sayings is that everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face. And you're gonna get punched in. Who's been punched in the face on this journey? Guys, who's blown an account? Guys, the reality is you're gonna get punched in the face. You're gonna leave here feeling pumped. You're gonna go home, you're gonna ask someone to join a business, they're gonna say no. And you're gonna take that as a massive punch in the face. But guys, you have to be resilient. You have to have something called mental toughness. It's so important. So guys, I just want to leave you with three very quick things. The first thing is that inside of you, there are two people. The current you and the financially free you. The only thing separating them is desire and skill. So desire and commitment. The mind only needs three things to succeed. A mentor, a plan, and a focus. And the last thing I'll say is this. When you're building your teams, build a community. Don't build a downline. Build a community. Guys, you don't have to be great to get started. That's the good news. But you do need to start to be great. Now, my name is Des Ame from the top of Canary Wharf. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is far too further.
Can we all just please give another round of applause for the chairman?